Hey, what is going on, guys? TR Sports 15 here, and today we have episode number 21, I want to say, for Toronto Maple Leafs GM mode. So before we get into this episode of simulating, that's mainly going to be the part of this video. I'm going to try and keep all these videos around 20 minutes. And before we get started, I wanted to make one quick trade for a goalie, a backup goalie that I kind of want to get. It's Jose Theodore, and in this deal, like I've already done this, we're going to be giving up a second and a third. It might be a little bit too much, but it'll give James Reimer a little bit of a rest, and this will go through. I tried it with just the third and then just the second, and it didn't work. So yeah, we got that set. Now we got to go in and at the lines, pop him in there. Whoops. Scrivens, you're going to be like that. And I think we can, manually edit. And we'll pop Theodore in there, so we should be good for that. Now that we got him in there, we're going to go with a three losses for Reimer, and then he would be out. And then one loss for Theodore, and he would be out. So that's how the goalie situation is going to roll this year. And yeah, so we got our lines all set in the last episode, so we can get right into the sim after we do scouting really quick. Scouting assignment where you gotta do 6 weeks, and I kind of want to look for goalies. Hayward. Here, this guy looks good. We'll do Eastern Lega, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so we got scouting done. One last thing, we'll go to GM Tracker, and we will, we'll go here, assistant coach, we got to get that up. We got a ton of skill points. We'll get amateur scout up a couple times, and might as well get medical staff up a bit for the playoffs, because we're going to have injuries on in the playoffs this year. So yeah, we got that all done. We'll hang up that phone, and we'll get into the simulation. So the preseason is not going to count as part of the three things, like the 3 losses for Reimer, 1 loss for him. And yeah, so let's get right into this first game. We got Buffalo Sabres. It is a road game, and we lose 2-1. JVR scored, and Scheifele got an assist. And if you guys didn't see already, NHL 14 cover votes are already out. The Toronto Maple Leafs players are James Van Riemsdyk and Joffrey Lupul. Go vote for both of them, by the way. I think you can only vote for one of them. Whoever wins, I'm totally voting for them the whole way, because I want a Leaf to be on the cover. That'd be so cool if any Leaf could be on the cover. They don't have any real superstars on the cover. They don't have Crosby or Ovechkin in the mix. But they have Malkin and a few other guys that are pretty good. But I would love to see JVR or Lupul on the cover. That'd be so cool. It would have been so much cooler if they could have got, what's his name? Nazem Kadri on the cover. I would have been so happy if they could got him in the mix there. I'm pretty sure he would have done well, because he's pretty much the Leafs' best player now. Because he knows how to play 2 ways. He just needs to work on his face-offs, because he's so shit at face-offs. But yeah, now Kessel is number 2 on the Leafs, I would say. And then it probably goes best players, I would say. You can't have Phaneuf in there, I would say. JVR and Lupul would be up there. That's pretty much it. So teams must be salary conceptant or whatever. Yes, we got enough cap room, even though we traded for Pavel Datsyuk, one of the best superstars in the NHL. And we finished the preseason off at 3-1. So we'll get into the season. We're going to go for up to December 1st in this episode, unless we need to cut it off. I'm going to try and keep this at 20 minutes per episode. I think that's good length. And yeah, because some of my other episodes have gone a little bit longer. And so we're going to try and keep it to about 20 minutes an episode. So we're getting into the first game of the season, and I believe we play New Jersey. And it looks like Boston acquired Danny Briere for a prospect. So James Reimer has 3 losses, and here is his first 3 games. We start off the season with 3 straight home games, so hopefully we can get off to a pretty good start on the season. There we go, 4-1 win. Dougie Hamilton got his first on the season. Scheifele got a couple assists. And yeah, so that's our first win on the year. We're taking on the Rangers, who lost in overtime in their first game, and we pick up our second win. So in our first two games, we scored 8 total goals in between the two, so that's pretty solid. Now we're going into game 3 of the season. Now 2-0, third game in a row at home. Thursday night game, and let's get into it. Oh, we got the loss. 4-3 loss. That's Reimer's first loss. So he still has 2 more. So we're going to sim past this. And now we have 3 straight away games. And I don't know why the Leafs aren't playing on this Saturday. That's something that they should implement into the schedule maker in NHL 14. That the Leafs should be playing pretty much every Saturday, unless there should be maybe like one Saturday in the season. And I just noticed that our one loss was an OTL, so we picked up a point. We're up to 5 points so far. It would really be nice to win the President's Trophy this year. We have a really, really, really solid team right now. And yeah, so let's get right into this Columbus game. They were 5-0 before that, but we beat them, and we moved to 3-0-1. So Reimer still has 2 losses to suffer, and now we're taking on the Oilers, who are 3-0. They have Joffrey Lupul. We traded him there for might have been their first pick, or I can't remember. But we pick up another win there, so we move to 4-0-1. So Reimer's still in the net for a couple more games. Kessel's leading us in goals with 4. And yeah, so another thing I wanted to talk about in this episode was about my next GM mode and how long this GM mode is going to go. I know I scheduled this for 10 years, but I know 10 years is a little bit long, so we're probably going to end it at 7. I believe this is year 4, so we're about halfway done right now. So whenever we finish this one, I kind of want to do a playoff contender, because rebuilding kind of gets old, and we pick up a loss there, OTL. So we have yet to lose in regulation, but yeah, I'll keep talking about this next GM mode. So yeah, in the next one, I'm gonna do a playoff contender. The next one, I'm gonna have a vote and everything, like all that good stuff. I know I won't get too many votes, but we pick up another win there, 5-0-2 right now, and now we're going into Ottawa, and I think we've had like 5 straight away games or something. So yep, here we go. Game against Ottawa in Ottawa. So here we go. Still haven't lost in regulation, and we win another game there. So I think that's 5 straight games on the road. We're headed back for 4, 5, 6 straight home games. And Reimer still has 1 loss to suffer, and we're going to take on Winnipeg at home. Hopefully we can pick up another dub for James Reimer. We're up to 14 points, and we are yet to finish the first month, which is pretty solid. So yeah, we're getting closer to the 10-minute mark. So yeah, and another thing I wanted to do for the next GM mode, in the first 2 I've done Eastern Conference teams. So next one I'm probably going to do a Western Conference team. Some teams I wouldn't mind doing. I don't want to do like a powerhouse like Chicago or anything, but I want to do a team that is pretty good now, maybe a little bit older. So I would have to like rebuild them in a little bit, but still have to be a playoff contender in the next couple years. So here we go. We got picked another win there. So Reimer's still in the net. He's had 9 straight games, and this will be his 10th. So he has yet to lose 3 games. And yeah, so we've picked up a point in every game, and now we're taking the Flyers, who are 9-0-2, so they have 4 more points than us. And what do we do in this game? What do we do? We win this game 4-1, so we're still 8-0 with 2 OTLs, but now we got this Wednesday night hockey game against the Winnipeg. No, why did I say Winnipeg? The Washington Capitals. So here we go. Scheifele's up to 7 goals, which is pretty solid. Phaneuf has 8 assists. And George Parros has 21 penalty minutes. So here we go. Game against the Caps, and we will pick up the victory 4-3. So we move to 9-0-2. And now I have a game against the Los Angeles Kings. Another home game. I think we had like 7 straight home games or something. It's nice to have like a bunch of home games in a row. And it looks like Scheifele has 16 points already in 11 games, which is really solid. He's leading our team in goals and assists, and that would make him leading us in points as well. So really solid start to the year for Mark Scheifele. And we win that game 4-3, but we're going to have to do the scouting assignment. And I want to check out how that goalie was. We'll go to and he was nothing special. I want to scout some more goalies for really quick. I don't think there's many other goalies now, so we'll go forwards. Check out some forwards. Let's go. We'll sort of like this. I've seen other guys do it like this. Is there any like top 10s or anything? D. No, I think it's just first rounds. So we'll go through these first rounds. Let's go forwards. Let's do the Scandinavia Elite League for 6 weeks. Yep, and we'll do that. So we're still 10-0-2. So Reimer has another game. We have back-to-back home games again. So I think that's like it's gonna be like 7 or something. I said that a little bit earlier. And our newly acquired goalie still hasn't yet to play, which is really good. That means Reimer still has yet to lose 3 games. The reason why I got Theodore is just to give Reimer a rest every once in a while. Not too often. Hopefully he'll only come in every little while. So yeah, here we go. We got a shutout for James Reimer, 2-0 loss. And here we go. We got a game against Vancouver. Ugh, stumbled on my words, guys. We got a game against Vancouver at home, last home game of this homestand. Then we go on the road for at least 2 games. I'm not sure if it's a little longer than that. But we win back-to-back shutouts for Reimer. We win 3-0, and we got 2, 3, 4, 5. We got a 5-game road stand, and now we got the New York Islanders. The team that I did my last GM mode, they just recently clinched the playoffs, as well as the Leafs just recently did, and the Leafs just lost about 5 minutes ago against the Tampa Bay Lightning. So these New York Islanders are 8-5-1. So yep. Drouin's leading us in goals with 10. Huberdeau's leading us in assists with 10. And we lose there, so that is going to be it for that strand of games with Reimer in it. So we're going to do that. And we'll pop Theodore in there just for that one until he gets 1 loss. So yes, we'll sim 1 game at a time because he only gets 1 chance. So one thing that I want you guys to comment on in the comment section below, I really want you guys to comment, how long do you want this GMO to go? Because we've already won a Stanley Cup in year 3, so if we start winning a bunch of Stanley Cups in a row, and Theodore's out already, so if we start winning a bunch of Stanley Cups in a row, it's probably going to get a little boring. So yeah, we might just end it there. I might just put a cap on it, like once we win like 3 Stanley Cups or something, but that's kind of gay. I'm thinking 7 years, maybe 5 years, just like the Islanders won. But that's why I put it at 10, so I have like a lot of leeway where I want to decide I want to go with it. So yeah, just comment down below in the comment section, and I'll take your input into consideration. So we got back-to-back road games against Washington, a Sunday and a Monday, which is kind of weird. Whenever you get into later years in GM mode, the schedules kind of mix up and stuff. They're not like realistic, but we lose there in regulation against the Caps 5-4. And we beat them 4-1. So we pick up a win and a loss in that. We split that little road stand in Washington. But now we got to go to the Bell Center in Montreal to take on the 12-6-3 Montreal Canadiens. And we will pick up a victory. Yes, 5-0. I called it. So now we got a couple more games here. 5-0 victory, really solid win there. You can see Scheifele's leading us in goals again, and Huberdeau's leading us in assists. Whenever we get to December 1st, I will check all the stats and stuff, league leaders, standings, all that good stuff. So yeah, we got a game at home against the Dallas Stars on a Saturday night. So we're in the ACC Saturday night against the Dallas Stars, and they are 9-6-3. Eriksson has 7 goals for them. Goligoski has 11 assists, which is pretty good. And we will pick up a victory. I think that was 2-1 maybe. But now we got another home game on this Monday night against the Edmonton Oilers. So hopefully we can take them on. I wonder what their record is, because they had a lot of young prospects. They're 11-8-1. We've only lost 5 games so far, which is pretty solid. We have like a 3-1 win-loss ratio, and we pick up a victory there. So Reimer still has 2 more losses. So we're going to go up to here. And then, yeah, so Phoenix Coyotes at home. We're taking them on at home. Yeah. So Duran has 13 goals. Huberdeau has 17 assists. So maybe we'll be up there in points leaders and stuff like that. So we're taking on the 8-3 Phoenix Coyotes. So here we go. A game on a Wednesday night. So we win 4-1. James Reimer's really been keeping that goals against average down. He's been letting in quite a few goals. I mean, like, how could I put that? Like, not too many goals. There we go. And he still has 2 losses to suffer. So, yeah, James Reimer standing on his head so far this year. And we are 17-3-2. So we at least should be a 50-win team, 100-point team at the very least. And, yeah, hopefully we can win that President's Trophy, which would be really solid. And we get another Saturday night off. And, yeah, so it looks like there was a signing there. Benoit Pouliot signed a 1-year deal. What did I just press? I must have missed something there. I think it was just like something to do with like Pro Scout or something. I don't really care. So got a game against the Winnipeg Jets and we lose there 2-1. But yeah, it was in regulation. So we have 1, 2, 3 games left until the end of this month, and we got, I think it was 3 away games. So if Reimer can stay in the net for the rest of this, it'll make it a little bit easier for the next video, so I don't have to write anything down or anything. So we got a game against the Philadelphia Flyers on the road on a Tuesday night, and they are 14-6-3, so they're having a really solid year so far. And we pick up the win 3-1. Now we got another away game in Buffalo, so this isn't too far away from Toronto. If you guys didn't know, Buffalo's only a couple, like, hour and a half, 2 hours away from Toronto. So yeah, Drew ends up to 16 goals, which is really solid. And now we have a game against the Buffalo Sabres. Reimer has picked up every win for my team so far this year. So they're only 15-7-3, and Ryan Miller only has 9 of those wins for their team. And this game will end up with a loss for the Toronto Maple Leafs. So we got one more game left. Let's just keep Reimer in for the last game, and then we'll start Theodore to start the next simulation section for next month in the next episode. So we'll let him finish out the month, and we'll go check out all the standings, stats, all that, if we need to edit our power play, stuff like that. So yeah, we got another away game against Buffalo, so we got like back-to-back away games in Buffalo. So whenever this sims up, we lose another game, back-to-back games in Buffalo, and this will sim one more day, and then we will check out all the stats. So Duran has 16 goals, Huberdeau has 20 assists. December 1st, RFAs don't care. So Western Conference standings, Columbus Blue Jackets are leading the Western Conference with 42 points. Vancouver and LA are also leading their divisions. Detroit's out of the playoffs, St. Louis is out of the playoffs, and Anaheim is in last place in 15th in the Western Conference. Now to the Eastern Conference, we are in first with 39 points. We are 3 points out of the President's Trophy. Carolina is right on our tails, 4 points behind us, and New York Islanders are 5 points behind us, and the Buffalo Sabres, who are in our division, are only 2 points behind us. Other notable teams, the Rangers only have 25 points. They're in 12th place. Pittsburgh has 27. They're in 11th. And Boston is in last place with 17 points. So let's go to the stats. Goals leader in the NHL is Jonathan Tavares. And we have Jonathan Drouin, who is only 2 goals behind him, and he's in 4th place. And we also have Mark Scheifele up there, who has 13 goals, and he is in 8th place. Now, assist leaders, Nick Backstrom from the Washington Capitals is leading the NHL with 22 assists. Brian Campbell's also up there. And from us, we have Jonathan Huberdeau up there in 7th place with 20 assists. He's only 2 back from Nick Backstrom. Now to points, Jonathan Drouin has 31 points. He is 1 point back from Ovechkin and Backstrom, who both have 32 points. We also have Scheifele and Huberdeau up there in 7th and 8th with 28 points each. Wins leader is James Reimer, who has 18 wins. He's 4 wins ahead of the Columbus Blue Jackets goalie, whatever that name is, who has 14 wins. Save percentage, Reimer is in 2nd place He has a .939 save percentage, and Leland Irving, the Calgary Flames goalie, has a .950 goals against average, so he's pretty close to that. And goals against average, Leland Irving is leading it with a 1.63 goals against average, and Reimer is closely behind with a 1.72 goals against average. So our Reimer's playing really well. Our offense is really showing up, and we are leading the Eastern Conference, only 3 points back from the President's Trophy. So we'll go check out standings, not to check out like all that stuff. We're just gonna go check out our power play and stuff. So power play, we are in 7th, which is, I guess that's decent. Now PK, we're in 5th. So power play and PK are really good. We're solid for that. We'll check out player stats for the season. This is getting a little bit long, but I think we'll be good with like a 4 minute video. After we check out these stats, I just want to make sure that like all my guys are doing well. If somebody's doing terrible that's playing on the first line, like say Kessel has like 3 goals, then we'll pop him down a couple lines maybe. So Drouin is in first with points. He has 31. Huberdeau and Scheifele have 28 each. Kessel has 19. Datsuk has 18. Phaneuf has 17. JVR has 12. Streit has 11. That's pretty solid. Hamilton has 11. Fratton has 8, but he's on the 3rd line, which is solid. Morgan Riley has 7, as well as Pulock and Gardner, as well as Connolly. Colburn and Kadri both have 6 points. Peros and Brown have 4 and 3. So that is that. And let's go check our goalies. You pretty much already saw James Reimer's stats. I'll go through them like over here. I already showed you guys them because he's leading the league in like every category. So that's right there. We'll check plus minus as well. So hopefully most of our teams, there's only one guy that is negative, and that's George Peros. So pretty much our whole team is in positive. Scheifele has a plus 17. I just want to check. Only our like big goons should be getting big penalty minutes. Peros and Brown are good. They'll be like fighting, so they're not taking like bad penalties or anything. Because if you take fighting penalty, it's a match penalty, and the other guy goes to the box, so you're not like shorthanded or anything. Phaneuf, that's all right. He's probably taking like fighting penalties as well, so that's all right. I don't mind fighting penalties. So 26 games into the season, we are in 2nd place in the NHL, 1st place in the Eastern Conference. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. In the next one, we will sim a bit more. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.